Hello, everybody. My name is Courtney. I am a yoga teacher at Istre Yoga, Istre Yoga, and I teach at Essence Massage in Flower Mound, Texas. Today, we are going to do a meditation practice, a long meditation practice. So, for this practice, I do suggest sitting if you are able. However, if it's more comfortable to take a position laying down on the mat or on the floor, on your bed, take whatever position is comfortable for you. You can also do legs up the wall. It's really great if you want some lymphatic drainage or to really reset that nervous system. But today I am outside. I am staying at a place that has a beautiful screened-in porch, and the weather is so perfect. You can hear the birds all around me. It's so relaxing. So I decided to come out here and record my meditation practices today. So get in a comfortable position wherever you are. Today, I am sitting on a really big cushion that was out here on the patio. If you want to be really lifted, you can be really lifted. I like to be really lifted when I'm in my longer meditation practices, including sitting on some blocks. If you have some, I suggest doing that. If it's a little chilly wherever you are, like it is for me today, you can have a blanket draped over the body, which is what I'm going to do. Slowly setting yourself up with any cushions, pillows, blankets. You can have a weighted eye mask or just regular eye mask on the eyes if that is beneficial to your practice. And just really set yourself up for success here, especially because it is a longer meditation practice. What we're going to do today, as you're getting yourself prepared, is we are going to do a chakra meditation practice. So what we're going to do is check in with different points along our midline, and these are all major points that are associated with different parts of the body. So there are different energies, I should say, but also they are also where we hold different types of tension. So, for example, in our heart chakra, we store a lot of emotional tension, or our throat chakra, where we struggle with our speech, or different ailments in our foreheads, where our third eye is. These are all different ways of saying this is where we are holding a lot of tension or where we're having issues. So today what we're going to do is bring our attention to those different points along the midline and kind of reset them, if you will. Or just bring attention to them and maybe see what's going on with those areas and really connect the mind with the body, but also even the breath. Hopefully by now you're all nice and settled in. So we are going to get started officially with our meditation practice. You've got this. Remember, at any point during the meditation practice, if you find it's no longer serving you, just come to the breath. The breath is always going to be there to support you, and you can just listen to me. Let my voice guide you. Now, slowly, we begin to finally settle into our body, really find our comfortable position in the legs. You can have the palms face up, face down, clasped together, however is most supportive to your journey today. And you can keep a soft gaze looking forward, or you can close the eyes. Whatever you feel will help you. And now, if you're in a sitting position, and even if you're laying down, let's go ahead and connect our spine in alignment. So really making sure that we start at the root of that spine and begin stacking each vertebrae, even if that means engaging the core a little bit. Rolling those shoulders back and down the spine, slightly tucking the chin, making sure that we are in one nice big line, connected to the floor, and reaching up to the sky through the crown of the head. Listen to all those ambient sounds outside, whether that's birds, cars, air traffic, or maybe some dogs barking. Not paying too much attention to them, but slowly acknowledging them as we move to each sound. Bringing ourselves closer to the body, into the room. Maybe you hear the sound of electronics whirring. Maybe you hear the sound of the air conditioner or heater. Getting closer and closer to the body, and then coming to the breath. Listen to the sound of the breath and your inhales and exhales. There should be no control over the breath, just let it flow. Remember, you can always come back to the breath through this practice. Feeling it move through the body, and feeling the body rise and fall with it. Taking a few more breaths here before we begin our journey through the chakras. If at any point you feel like you need to make any adjustments in the body, feel free to do so. Remember, this is your practice, and it is a practice. To begin, we will start at the base of our spine, where our bottom connects with the mat, right at the tailbone. This is our root chakra. As we bring our attention here, I want you to imagine a nice ball of light swirling around this area. As it begins to take shape, notice its size, its luminosity, maybe its warmth. And slowly, as we're bringing our attention to the root of our spine, imagine it in the color red, as this is the color that represents the root chakra. As we sit here, what do you notice? What emotions or sensations come up? As we move through the practice, really take note of where you linger and what lingers. I'll say an affirmation for this chakra, and feel free to repeat it out loud, quietly to yourself, or in the mind. We'll say each affirmation about 3 times, but feel free to say them as many as you feel necessary. Hold on to what you feel needs to be held, and release what no longer serves you. Our first affirmation: I am connected and supported by the earth. I am connected and supported by the earth. I am connected and supported by the earth. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Breathe in the affirmation. Now, we will begin to imagine our red ball of light at the base of the spine, taking one last note of how it appears to us. And imagine it slowly traveling up the spine just a little bit, below the belly button. This is our sacral chakra. And slowly, our ball of light begins to turn into a shade of orange. This can be whatever shade of orange you imagine. But take note of its size and its luminosity and how it's changed from when we started. And then we'll begin with our next affirmation. Again, notice what comes up. I am safe to experience my emotions. I am safe to experience my emotions. I am safe to experience my emotions. Breathe in the affirmation. And again, release what no longer serves you. Noticing what comes up and where you linger. Paying attention to our ball of light and how it changes. Maybe the glow ebbs and flows. Letting our breath be our guide to how we process. As we bring our attention back to our ball of light, we'll again watch it as it travels up above our belly button to where our diaphragm is, just below the rib cage. Imagining the color yellow as we settle into our solar plexus. Noticing how our ball of light changes. Maybe the shade of yellow we've chosen. Feeling the warmth in this area. Maybe our breathing has changed. Just being aware of what's going on in the body as we settle here. And again, we'll begin with an affirmation. I'm confident in myself and my choices. I'm confident in myself and my choices. I'm confident in myself and my choices. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Holding on to what serves us and letting go of what doesn't. Letting any thoughts that come to our mind and try to distract us, acknowledge them and release them, coming back to our ball of light. And again, we'll begin to move, taking our ball of light up to our chest, into our heart space. And imagining the ball of light in a shade of green as we settle into our heart chakra. There might be a lot of emotions here, and that's normal. Breathe it in and breathe it out. And we'll begin with our affirmation. I allow myself to be open to how I feel. I allow myself to be open to how I feel. I allow myself to be open to how I feel. Breathe it in and let it go. Checking in with how our ball of light's changed since we've started and as we've moved. Feeling that warmth spread from our heart space outwards. And now we'll visualize our ball of light coming up into our throat, settling right in the middle, and turning into a nice shade of light blue. This is our throat chakra, where we hold a lot of truth. This is our point of expression, our voice. Take notice of what comes up here. And then we'll move into our affirmation. I allow myself to speak my truth. I allow myself to speak my truth. I allow myself to speak my truth. Breathe it in and breathe it out. Again, notice how these words affect you and your ball of light. The breath supporting you, and your body supporting you. The ground supporting you. Breathing here and letting go of what no longer serves you, but noticing where you might need to linger. Begin again to travel with your ball of light up through the throat, into the face, to the tip of your nose, into the point between your eyebrows. This is your third eye chakra, right in your sinuses. Imagine that ball of light in a nice dark blue or indigo color. Feel that warmth spreading through the forehead and the face. Notice maybe your ball of light has gotten smaller or bigger. Maybe it's dimmer or brighter. But just notice the changes and how they affect you and your breath. Checking in. This is where we hold our intuition and our wisdom, and where we accept ignorance and the things we don't know and learn the things we can. We'll begin with our affirmation. I trust my intuition and my wisdom to guide me. I trust my intuition and my wisdom to guide me. I trust my intuition and wisdom to guide me. Breathe it in. Let it go. Really taking notice of how our body and our mind has shifted from the beginning of our practice to now. If the ambient sounds around you have affected you or distracted you, maybe acknowledge why that is. Why do these sounds bother us? Why does our breath distract us from how we feel? And how do we let it distract us from how we feel? Trust in your intuition to know that your practice is your practice. And you can come back to any points you need. You know your body and your mind, so trust it. Coming back to our ball of light right in between our eyebrows and our third eye. Again, trusting ourselves as we move to our final chakra, up on top of the head to the crown. Imagine our ball of light turning into a beautiful purple color of any shade. This is where we connect to our spirituality and where we surrender to the unknown and let go of control. And our affirmation for this chakra is I surrender to the present moment and release all that I cannot control. I surrender to the present moment and release all that I cannot control. I surrender to the present moment and release all that I cannot control. Breathe it in. Exhale and surrender. You've made it this far. So acknowledge some gratitude in the body. You've surrendered yourself to your practice and your meditation, to your breath, to the surroundings around you already. But surrender can hold a heavy weight. Releasing control can be hard. Give yourself grace. and return to the breath. Paying attention to how our body feels, how our ball of light has changed throughout our practice. Slowly, I want you to imagine that ball of light traveling back down through the spine, changing colors. Maybe it becomes one color. Maybe it's many. Traveling through the third eye, the throat, the heart, the solar plexus, the sacral chakra, back down through the root of the spine and into the earth. Taking notice of where you linger and maybe where you need to come back to. As we release our ball of light and release our breath in our practice. Take one more big inhale. Big exhale. Slowly begin to come back into your body, into the room around you. Wiggle the fingertips and the toes. Maybe your legs gone numb like mine have. Slowly waking the body up and coming back onto the mat, wherever you find yourself. Letting the breath do what the breath does as it guides you back into your space. And we'll close our practice together with one big inhale as we sweep the arms up and out to the side and bring the palms together overhead. And then exhale, hands to heart. I hope you enjoyed this nice chakra meditation practice with me, just checking in with different parts of the body. As you move forward into your day, maybe you want to journal about this experience. I would recommend really noticing where you found yourself lingering and take note of those spaces, and maybe find some journal topics or some meditation practices or yoga practices that help unlock those areas. These are major points in the body that hold different meanings, different tensions, and it can really benefit us when we address those areas, both mentally, physically, and emotionally. So I highly recommend really just bringing that awareness to the body. I hope you enjoyed this practice with me. It's a lovely day outside, and I'm going to enjoy it just a little bit longer. Bye. Have a good day, guys.